Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We are here in frigid, icy, wintry North Carolina. We just left Florida, had a good showing down there running LDR in the Black Sheep. Excited for what the future holds with running LDR. Running a class, lighting the board, showing times. We got a lot of updates coming up on the Black Sheep. We're going to make some configuration changes in anticipation to run LDR next year. But a lot of big block twin turbo combos in LDR. That's like the hot ticket. Speaking of big block twin turbo combos, that's what we're putting in this. For those guys that don't know, this is the Colorado, aka the Raw Dog.
Is that really a
That's
thing?
his name.
Yeah.
That's his name. You know what happens? You get gapped on the big end?
You get raw dog.
So,
no lube.
this thing here, it's been like a crazy transformation from a burnout truck to what it is now. It's like a 25-1 and some letter, 4-lane back half, factory floors, factory frame rail, factory front suspension. It's set up to fit a lot of those no time rules. And or you know, if we ever get to a point, if it weighs a lot, I mean, this could be running an LDR as a twin turbo big block combo, but with a little bit different turbo combination. So yeah, just got it back from Bissett Performance, Junior Bissett. We're actually going to head down there. You guys can check out tomorrow's video. He's working on the Blizzard now, and he did an absolutely amazing job. Set it up for a big block, switched the motor plate around, did the firewall, mounted shifters, lowered the frame rail, fixed the rear suspension. There's a bunch of things that were wrong on the car that he fixed. So big shout out to Junior Bissett, Bissett Performance. You guys need to check him out. So now we got it back here, and it's kind of up to us to really get the ball rolling. We got all of the engine components to assemble the engine. It is a Dart Big M big block with some 24-degree RFD heads, billet crank, aluminum rods, pretty badass piston. It's got T&D rock arms. It's got all the goodies. Billet intake. First time I've ever owned a billet intake.
I was gonna say, you did a whole video on it. Like, they can go back and check out like the whole run through of the motor.
You guys can go look at all the parts. And but now we got to get that together and get that in the car and get the turbo kit done.
I didn't see that video, so you have to keep talking about it.
Oh, you're just figuring out about it now?
About the billet intake.
Before we get too far into it, just want to talk to you guys about this pretty nifty product. This is from GP Productions. This is a spark plug gapper tool, 3D printed. This is very nice. I am not good at changing spark plugs. I just don't do them. I just don't change spark plugs because, I don't know, the Black Sheep, the tune-up's spot on. We haven't changed plugs in that thing in what?
6 months.
6 months haven't changed plugs. We went a 415, didn't change plugs. But if you're a nitrous guy, you're going to want one of these. You set your feeler gauge in there, you set your spark plug in there, and pow, it gaps your plug to the perfect gap. I don't gap plugs, I gap other people.
Or get gapped.
Or get gapped, one of the two. Class racing, maybe I'll be getting gapped.
He usually makes me gap the plug.
But this is super handy. Before, when you gap plugs, I'd take it and I'd just like bang it on the step of the trailer, and it was very inconsistent. You'd gap it too short, and then you have to pry it open. They have a little instruction. I mean, it's literally the easiest thing, right? They have instructions for it, and they have a nice 3D printed spark plug holder. So check them out, GP Productions. Absolutely badass. Thank you guys for sending this over. They sent it a while ago. I failed to get a video out in a timely manner, so I apologize about that.
Yeah, he's good at that.
But got a little distracted there.
To be fair, you don't use it super often because you change plugs once a season.
Literally, since they sent it to me, I've not gapped or changed a spark plug, and they sent it to me months ago. Well, all right. In this box, we have one of the 2 turbos that are going to be going on Raw Dog. So
Are these TDIs or?
these are TDI turbos. Oh. They're in the Force Inductions family. These are super budget friendly, but they're extremely badass. You got the same DNA of the Force Inductions turbo at a much cheaper price. These are journal bearing, not dual ball bearing. They have a V-band hot side. Set up for twin turbos, 115 AR. It's a 94 millimeter.
Big boy.
And I will say, Jose is the king of this shit.
Get in there. Oh.
God, this thing smells
It's Phil's. He got a new turbo.
All right, Phil. Show it to him.
Came straight from the sardine factory.
These are extremely, extremely nice pieces. Look at that. 94.
Hold it like a baby.
This is one of 2. One of 2. Where's the other one? Look at that. Pow.
Pow.
I got a thumbnail.
Oh, is this it? This is the thumbnail in the video?
Strong arm it, Logan.
That thing's whipping Logan's ass right now.
Oh!
Broken, send him back. Alright, so, as you guys can see, these things are quite large. Like I said, 94 millimeter. They got the V-band housing, so compared to our single turbo stuff, the backside's so much smaller. 115 AR, other stuff's like 140 AR, it looks massive, and it's got a T6 flange. So this turbo, both of these are set up for twin turbo applications. You want the smaller AR so it spools a little bit better.
Oh, damn.
If you come over here and look at how far forward the engine is, so you got your mid plate, which is where the back of the engine will sit up against, and your motor plate is where the front of the engine will sit up against. We don't have that much room for turbo placement. We really don't.
So we're gonna go.
So we're gonna have to turn them sideways and stick them as far, here, come back some, as far back. God.
Oh.
That's where they're gonna have to go.
I thought he had him.
Oh.
That's where they're gonna have to go.
He also thought he had it.
He was crushing my hand to get there.
Sorry. So we're gonna have to stick one there and one on the other side, and it's gonna be tight. I think we're gonna be able to make the exhaust work, but
Well, I mean, we all know you're not afraid to cut a massive hole in the bumper.
oh god, it's heavy.
I say exhaust out the hood.
What are your thoughts, Phil?
Out the hood.
God, I really don't want to go out the hood. I want to. All right, what if we go like out here?
No, out the
Like,
hood. man.
all right, if
Can we put something out the hood?
You want to go out the hood?
Yes, we're going out. What, with that?
Yeah.
No, we're going out the hood with this.
I thought you were talking
I
about
don't
Phil.
want you to see when you're going to 390.
But
Well,
dude,
we gotta-
like it
we
puts
gotta
so much.
camp it.
I don't know, dude.
Bro, actually, no, going out the hood is kind of useful. It's kind of like bullhorns, but direct.
You can see
Hear me
your
out, hear me
you
out.
can see your tune-up.
The truck's got a lot of this factory front core support, radiator support, all that nonsense on there.
Yeah,
we have
that's
to
gone.
we have to cut all this out and just run a tube that goes down here. We'll have a little bit more room. New fenders, new grill, new bumper, new hood. All that stuff's gonna go on there, but it's just gonna be tight. I think I want to put the turbos kind of in the center, but clocked in towards each other, and that's going to help us with our exhaust, getting our exhaust out, because if you go straight, there's no way you can get the exhaust out. It's just going to run right into the front of the engine. So we turn them sideways. It gives us a better chance to, being that's the V-banded housing, it makes it pretty easy. We're just going to run off the header, which is probably going to come, oh, this is going to suck.
Yeah, you didn't think about that?
I mean, dude, a big block is just so much bigger than an LS.
Oh, really? Why do you think they call it a big block?
The factory strut towers and all that stuff, I don't know if we can kind of cut and lower and move it to where it's like more of like, you know, the G-body front suspension. They have that, TRZ makes a kit where it just kind of like comes up and eyelet shock bolts through there, and you can run a little bit shorter of a shock, which if I could do that, I think it'd be better, but...
Would that still
Could you not put an S10 front end on this?
No, it'll still be I mean, the upper and lower control arms are going to be...
That's all they care about?
They're going to bolt in the factory location.
I don't know about this factory location.
Well, you gotta think.
Thing. So does the strut have to bolt in the exact dimension
I think
of...
on a double A-arm car like this, you can move the location of the shock. Like if you wanted to stand it up more or lower it some, you could do that. But you have to have the factory mounting points. If it's like a Mustang with like a strut, you can only, like, you can't move. It's got to go into the factory strut tower. This thing here, the strut towers, I guess you could say
that's
it's
the reason they'll
modular.
put like those camber plates on them so that you can stand the strut up, but it's still bolted in the factory location.
So I think if anything, we'll probably try to lower this to get the shock mount out the way. But I think the big block, it being that's bigger, the head's going to be up higher. So I'm assuming.
We'll just take BJ's motor out real quick and dump it in here. And
Yeah. Honestly, we're not going to be able to know until we start to put the motor in there. So that's why the truck's not 100% complete chassis-wise. We're going to get the motor set in there, get the turbo kit built. It's already got the transmission in there. We're going to get the drive shafts. We're going to get the whole drive line done. We're going to send it back to Junior. And if we need to modify the steering rat or the steering shaft, we can modify the steering shaft. And just a couple little odds and end things. Get the glass put back in there. You get the front end kind of like mounted. So,
Yeah, don't they make like a plastic billet block?
like a mock-up block.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I said billet block, big block.
Big block.
Yeah.
They're like $600.
I kept hearing
Yeah.
the word
We'll
billet.
just build ours and stick it in
I
here.
kept hearing the word billet in 118 all weekend. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what we got going on with Raw Dog. I hope you guys are excited. It's going to be sick. So just to get everyone in the right headspace, LDR guys with big blocks and twins on gasoline. A lot of those guys are on gasoline because they get a weight break.
Gasoline, because these dudes probably think it's like 93.
No, it's like
C16,
C16, Q16, but with that, you have to run a big air-to-water intercooler. And I don't think you can make as much power as you can on methanol with the... It takes a lot more to make the same horsepower on gasoline than it does on methanol. This thing right here, being that's going to run no time, has no minimum weight. Those guys weigh 3,300, 3,400 pounds. They go, Matt Bell went 197, I think. He went 394 at 197. If this thing comes in where I want to, weigh 2,800 pounds, and that's with 88 millimeter turbos. So with 88 millimeter turbo, big block on gasoline weighing 3,300 to 3,400 pounds, they're going 394 at basically 200. This thing with a big block on methanol with twin 94s weighing 2,800 pounds.
This car would never go that fast here though, in North Carolina, except for like if we get
This?
the lot, yeah, and no time, because no time's pretty much ran at like shithole tracks.
Yeah, and
Well, let me
well,
tell you
I
something.
understand that.
Not considering Thunder Valley a shithole track.
We're going 200 at Red Springs.
Oh, you're gonna make the jump.
No.
Should we put like
No,
three parachutes on the back?
In a perfect world, we go to a good track where the track's good, run it all out. You know, I think that this combo in a truck has potential to go, you know, well into the threes. Obviously, it's all speculation at this point. We got a lot of work ahead of us. But if you look at the facts, you look at what other guys weigh with their combinations, and this, being that there's no rules, the twin 94s, the big block on methanol, the no minimum weight,
You're looking at 2,800 all steel all glass too, right?
2,800 all steel all glass.
Yeah.
It's the target. That's what we'd like to do. So I think it's doable. I think with what the truck weighs now, it's an iron big block. It does weigh a lot, but turbo kit wise, it's going to be extremely compact. I mean, very, very, very compact.
It's going to have to be.
So I think that's going to be...
Hope we never have to change plugs.
well, I don't know if we're going up or down with the headers.
block's going to be...
No,
You think the heads are going to be high enough?
The heads are going to be right here.
So we can run the...
they're definitely gonna have to be up.
No.
Yes.
No. Not if I... No.
They're gonna have to be like BJ said.
Well,
no.
But
Alright,
I was going to say,
Remember how you try to fight me on? Oh, well, we gotta put the headers down on the LS, and it couldn't fit in the LS. How's it gonna fit into the big block? Did you forget about that?
This isn't an S10.
And you had those retarded heads on there too.
This
we're
is
going to turn it.
language.
We're going to turn it sideways. We're going to run the motor this way.
And then
So that
one header is going to come up and over the entire engine. The other one's going to come out.
bye, Phil.
Side driven.
Bye.
Front wheel drive.
Yeah, front
You
wheel
should know about
drive.
that.
Yeah, we'll put a K-trans on it.
Oh, it's definitely not gonna make it.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe.
Excuse me.
We're going to get to work. We got to get this engine put together and get it set in there. We have to make headers.
I know we have to make headers because nobody makes the header that's gonna work with this. So.
Well, I'm saying for a big block. I
guess I'm making my first set of headers too. I guess it's gonna be a lot of firsts. It's titanium headers.
Ebony and Ivory
Don't hit me
fabrication
after
coming
these-
back.
Don't after these headers. Don't hit me up for headers ever.
Hey man, I got
At
this
all.
big block. I need
Yeah,
some
I want
headers.
No, I have no idea about fluid dynamics or any of that. So
Well, good thing we don't run fluid through the headers.
Hear me out. We just pulled ones off of BJ's car.
And we tell him he needs to get a new set of headers.
Yes. Tell me. They're perfect.
it's gonna have to be like those.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
Are his up and forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, the heads. This thing's so big. The ports and the heads are gonna be high enough that we can run
Right.
them
He had a
slightly
big
down.
block and a Chevelle with the up and forwards on it.
Well, that was because it was an Omega first, and an Omega they wouldn't go down and forward. But
Yeah.
in the Chevelle they would go down and
Yeah.
forward.
See, this is.
Isn't this not an amazing?
After this, I'm done messing with trucks because there's no room in the engine bay. By the way, guys, this is BJ's car here.
Yeah,
Big
definitely.
block, nitrous, Holly EFI. It's pretty sweet.
Definitely not going down and forward.
Dude, look at how...
Right, somebody give
Oh,
me a tape
that's
measure.
big.
See what I mean? This is where the block's gonna be.
Measure from where he's got the where the water pump bolts, that top water pump bolt. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work.
So while we're at it,
Yeah, I have no. You know what? Sometimes I really wish that you like.
In my mind, the exhaust port was gonna be like up here.
No, in your
It's,
mind.
it's literally
In your
even.
mind, you should have thought about how complicated it was to put a set of up and forwards into Colorado before you like, hey, let's put a bigger motor in there. So we have to run bigger primaries too, like, bro.
Dude, I think we'll have room.
I think it will.
Hear me out. We'll go, but like we're gonna have to go down by the block.
No, we're gonna have to go up and over the valve covers if you want to.
No, we're not, dude. Look at. All right.
We'll never get the heads off.
Who?
That's not gonna be my problem after they're built.
I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be good. We'll get the motor built. We'll set it in there. We'll get some tubing.
So guys, just imagine this.
We're borrowing your motor.
Big EFI elbow. 298s right there.
I mean,
We're not having any
BJ's already
elbows.
set up for it. BJ just needs to put an elbow on that, and he's already got his turbo placement all set up.
He said the first time he burns up a piston, he's gonna put
Turbos on it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But anyways,
twin
while we're
88s for an LDR.
Yo, the collector on these headers, massive.
While we're here, this is BJ's car. We got a 598 in it.
Nitrous.
Going to EFI.
Nitros.
Boy.
No more nitrous backfires.
What? Logan goes to rev it like this. But yeah, that's pretty slick. So you got Big Block Nasty in the house.
Dang, he got carbon bottle. He high.
Highfalutin.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna wrap today's video. I think that's for watching. Comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.
This fender's pretty strong.